Fine. Thanks very much. And also, if we could have some opening comments from Pedro Pinto Coelho, the CEO of Standard Bank Angola.
Thank you, Edward. Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Edward for this event. I think he's been probably a bit too bearish on Angola on his first words.
Well, to provoke you, that's
so exactly. Yeah. So we'll try to counter his indication on Angola. Basically, I would say that, as John and Tiago said, I think Angola has the opportunity to grow. It's true that it has been affected by the overall liquidity crisis and by oil prices and also by some sort of mismanagement. But we should not forget that Angola is 9 years old. Okay, it's been a country which has been at war over 40 years, and it started operating as a country after 2001. So I think we should remember that, because I think there's probably not been a country in the world who has achieved so much in such a short span of time. Of course, Angola is fortunate to have the oil industry to back all these investments, but it still needs management of those resources. And managing, sometimes when you have too much money, it becomes a problem. But I would say Angola, of course, has its challenges, but it presents a lot of opportunities. Standard Bank was in Angola already many years ago in a partnership with Tota, called Tota Standard, when Angola was part of the Portuguese colonies. Then it withdrew the market because of the war, and it has been present now since 4 years ago through a rep office, and finally we inaugurated Standard Bank Angola, a full universal bank, in September this year. And we have a branch, as Edward said, already operating in Luanda, more specifically Luanda Sul. Our expectations are high. I think we are coming at a moment where the Angolan economy wants to see something more. We have a lot of competition. We are the 21st bank to enter the market. However, we think we're going to complement this offering, because the financial services is basically populated with Portuguese and Angolan banks, and we are basically the first true international bank, and our mission in Angola is to try to close the gap between Angola and the international investor community. I think we have this particular role, which is quite important, since we are a global bank and we have access to all the investors, being it institutional investors or strategic investors. So hopefully we'll be able to close this gap in terms of communication. I think Angola has also been misinterpreted somehow, because as other countries across Africa, when you're not English speaking, sometimes the words get in the way. And the message that newspapers and publications, highly reputable publications like The Economist, when they go there and they understand half of the sentence, then things get very hard, and probably you tend to be a bit more pessimistic. So we try to bridge that gap, and hopefully we'll try to succeed. Regarding the banking system, we believe that there was a huge effort made by the local financial system by increasing the branch network. The branch network was basically either non-existent in some regions or basically not operating very well, because it was inherited from the central bank and from banks that were created through the central bank. Now the reality is quite different. There is more than 500 branches across Angola in all the provinces and a number of municipalities. We still think there is space for more. We believe, although the eligible population, it's, I would say, around 6 million, and I call it eligible population basically because these are the population that actually have a mobile phone, so we have to somehow, as a key index, try to say that probably if you own a mobile phone, you at least could have an account. And we believe that 7% of the population being banked already, it's already an achievement. We think they probably could increase. And we believe now, in terms of numbers, now that these numbers have been achieved, I think we'll see the client being more demanding in terms of quality of service. And that's where we, Standard Bank, have again another mission of trying to improve the quality of service in the banking sector. I believe clients have been somehow a bit frustrated that a new bank comes up and the quality of service is not what the banks sell. We do know there is a very high, I would say, a big challenge in terms of infrastructure. You have to remember that Angola does not have an electrical infrastructure. You know, the whole country is sitting on diesel generators. The telecommunications are still poor and affected by the energy issue. And the roads, well, there's been a huge improvement. I would say probably Angola has advanced much more on the road infrastructure than on energy or on the telecom. I think they should probably have taken as a priority the energy, first of all, secondly telecommunications, and maybe only then the roads. I think roads are important, but without energy, you don't have an economy. I don't know if I'm going...
If you want to wrap up.
Just in terms of wrap up, I believe that we are coming to a second cycle of the Angolan economy. The Angolan government understands, I believe, that now with having issued a rating, an international rating, that they have more demand from the international investors, and I believe the government is trying to prepare itself to try to communicate better with the international investor community.